Welcome to the Panther Pit, folks. I'm Neil Cruz, Cam Cohen on the computer tonight. This is Fuller Digital Solutions bringing you Storm Lake St. Mary's basketball. Tonight's Twin Lakes Conference action between the visiting GTRA, Grettinger Terrell, Ruth and Ayrshire Titans, and your hometown Storm Lake St. Mary's Panthers. We got about 4 minutes to go here before the game, but what we'll do is we'll set the stage, we'll talk about both teams, we'll get ready, and then we'll go audio list for the actual starting lineups and the national anthem, and then we'll bring you Panther basketball. So, GTRA, Grettinger Terrell, Ruth and Ayrshire, the Titans, and I'm going to say this off the top of the broadcast. If I refer to them as the Pirates, I'm sorry. Growing up, I grew up just outside of Grettinger, went to a neighboring high school, and Grettinger is the Pirates to me. So if I refer to them as the Pirates, I apologize. I'll try to say Titans. So GTRA comes in, coached by head coach Lucas Huff, assistant coach Brent Deercup, come in 6-9 on the season, 3-5 in the Twin Lakes Conference. GTRA, the Titans, are going to start this way. A senior, number 13, Mackenzie Hoffman. A junior, number 20, Allie Hansen. A senior, number 22, Macy Alderson. A sophomore, number 23, Josie Ryman. And a junior, number 25, Adri Krieger. Krieger comes in averaging 9 points and 6.5 rebounds a game. Hoffman comes in averaging 7 points a game. And sophomore Josie Ryman comes in averaging 6.5 points and 6 rebounds. And like I said, the Titans come in 6-9 on the season, 3-5 in the Twin Lakes. Head coach Lucas Huff, I recognize that name right off the bat. And as he walked into the gym tonight, I can tell he is his father's son. When I was in high school, I never played for him, but I call him Coach Huff. Rod Huff was the coach, and Lucas looks just like his dad. So, and if he coaches anything like his dad, the Titans will be ready for tonight, and the Panthers will have a battle on their hands. Now for your hometown Storm Lake St. Mary's Panthers, Coach Derek Varner, assisted by Nathan Anderson, comes into tonight 12-1 off the big 72-37 win last night over at East Sac County, and they believe 8-1 in the conference. The St. Mary's Panthers will start this way. Number 4, senior Danica DeMars. A junior, number 10, Natalie Green. A junior, number 23, Sydney Hurd. Number 24, a senior Carly Mills. And last but not least, senior, number 30, Emily Noteware. The Panthers come in led in scoring by senior Danica DeMars with 18, just shy of 19 points, 7.5 rebounds. Junior number 23, Sydney Hurd, comes in averaging 16 points, 9 rebounds. And you can't forget about Emily Noteware. The senior comes in averaging 11 points a game. To me, Emily's if you think about games like this, to me, Emily's kind of that X factor, because if you're a team coming in to play the Panthers, you're going to double team Sydney Hurd down low, and you're going to pressure Danica DeMars. You have to. So to me, Emily's kind of that X factor that if she can get open, it was just I said last night, she hit 2 threes from what I'm going to call Emily's spot, free throw line extended just outside the three-point line, and if she gets open on that left side, it's good. So to me, Emily's kind of that X factor for the Panthers tonight. We got a couple games next week, and once you start the tournament trail. So that's your starting lineups for tonight. The GTRA Titans come in to take on the St. Mary's Panthers in this Twin Lakes Conference action. We got about a minute left before the starting lineup, so what we're going to do is we'll step aside, we'll take a 1-minute commercial, and we'll come back and we'll let you watch the starting lineups and the national anthem, and then we're ready for some Panther basketball here on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for
Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. Twin Lakes Conference action on the docket for tonight. GTRA, the Gretton-Shertero Roof and Ayrshire Titans, coming to town to take on your Panthers. Sydney Hurd will jump the center circle against number 25, junior Adri Krieger for the Titans. Controlled to Carly Mills of the Panthers. She gets it to Danica about midcourt. She crosses the midcourt right at the center circle over the Panther on the floor. Emily Noteware left side, cross court. Natalie Green inside to Sydney. Turn around, puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebound down to the Titans. Number 20, Allie Hansen controls it, and they're going to run with it. Pulls it back into the corner. They get it inside to Krieger. Kick it back out. Give me about 2 minutes of airtime, and I'll have these numbers down for the Titans to which girl is which girl. Pass in the lane, stolen away by Hurd. It tried to get it into sophomore Josie Ryman. Danica with it in the corner. She throws it off of a Titan, and it's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say it didn't touch a Titan. It's going to be off of Danica. She kind of shrugs her shoulders like it hit off her leg, but she tried to throw it off of senior Mackenzie Hoffman. And now we have Alderson with it, top of the key. 23 is Ryman. The sophomore dribbles in to the block, and she has Mills. She tries to get it across the lane to Krieger, but it's out of bounds off of the Panthers. Titans will inbounds underneath their own basket. Hoffman, the senior for the Titans, will inbounds. Now it's Hansen. She's going to drive on Noteware. Kicks out to Krieger. She drives in the lane. Shot over Hurd. 10-foot jumper's no good, and Sydney comes down with the rebound for the Panthers. Danica controls. Guarded by Alderson. Man-to-man defense. Now it looks like they're in a 2-3 zone, and those top two girls are going to do a lot of moving and shaking. Three-pointer up by DeMars. Off the mark. Rebound down. Hurd and Krieger both came for it, and it's out of bounds off of Krieger. As they go to inbounds the ball, Danica grabs the ball and shows something to the ref on the ball, and they bring it over and switch the balls. I think they had the boys basketball. They played the first 2 minutes with the boys basketball because the scorer's bench always has the game ball for boys and girls underneath the bench, and they must have given them the boys ball. Mills with it, top right side, back to Danica in the right corner, three-pointer, and she scores it good. DeMars off her 28-point performance last night over in Sac City as they took down the Raiders in Twin Lakes Conference action. DeMars went for 28, Sydney for 26, and Emily scored 11 last night in the win for the Panthers. Hoffman with it, tied up by DeMars, going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay Titan basketball, but that gives the arrow to the Panthers. Coach Huff calls in the play. Hoffman will inbounds for the Titans into Hansen, Allie Hansen, the junior. Krieger was calling for it inside, but to no avail. They're going to get Mills. Carly will pick up number 1. And going to be a body foul as she was guarding Allie Hansen. Mackenzie Hoffman will inbounds. DeMars will guard. Gets it into Krieger for a sophomore. She's going to be fun to watch the next couple years. She's a sophomore, tall girl, 6.5 points, 6 rebounds a game, and she looks like she's only about like maybe 5'11", maybe 6 foot at the very, very most, but she looks, just from what I've seen in the first couple minutes, she looks like she plays a lot bigger than she is. She gets it on the left block, and she tries to get it across to Krieger, tipped out of bounds, and it's going to go Panther basketball turnover on the Titans. Panthers with an early 3-0 lead, 5:17 left first quarter on the heels of a Danica DeMars three-pointer. Coach Huff is saying to the ref that it went off of a Panther, and it kind of looked like that to me, but there were so many hands in there that from this far away, you couldn't really see where and what. Nowhere into Sydney, and she puts it up and in for 2. Nice look by Emily. Nowhere with a nice over the top little pass there to Sydney for the bucket. 5-0 lead for the Panthers. Tipped away by Natalie Green. Krieger gets it, and it's over and back. Natalie Green kind of trapped Krieger in the corner at the half-court line, and she passed it over to Alderson, and she was standing on the line when she caught it. Turnover Titan is going to be Panther basketball. 4:44 left first quarter. Neil Cruz bringing you the action here on Fuller Digital Solutions with Cam, my main man Cone, on the computer tonight. Turnover to the Titans, and then immediately a turnover back to the Panthers. Alderson couldn't control it after she took it away from Natalie Green. DeMars gets her pass batted down, but she gets it back. Going to be a timeout called, full timeout on the floor. We'll take one right along with them. We'll step aside for 60 from our sponsors. You're watching FDS, bringing you Panther basketball.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team now at fullerdigital.net? No more searching. One place for all your live streams. fullerdigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at fullerdigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. fullerdigital.net.
Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. 4:22 left first quarter. Panther inbounds underneath their own basket into Emily, and she throws an errant pass stolen away by Allie Hansen of the Titans, and the Titans run with it. Hoffman with it. Throws up a three-pointer right side. Off the mark, no good. Emily grabs the rebound, throws it off of Hansen's foot, goes out of bounds. Panther basketball. Smart play there by Emily. She got it out right on the baseline, had nowhere to go, and Hoffman was right on her heels, and she just bounced it right off of Hoffman's foot out of bounds. Danica drives the lane, free throw line jumper, left-hander, put it up, and it bounces in for two. Hansen with it. Over to Alderson, top of the key, Ryman. Krieger with it, steps out, Hurd comes out to guard her. That could be an interesting matchup. Krieger not quite as tall as Sydney, but she's the tallest Titan on the court, so Sydney will be with her all night. Krieger with it right side. Looks to Alderson, but it's not there. Hits Alderson driving the lane, and the shot is blocked by Danica. Gets it ahead to Emily. Bounce pass, and it's stolen away by Alderson, but she travels right underneath the basket. So it's Panther basketball. Number 24, Madison Fay, checks in for the Titans, a sophomore, as Krieger takes a seat. Emily from the free throw line on the inbounds pass, no good. Rebound down to Hoffman. Mackenzie Hoffman, the senior for the Titans, averaging about 7 points a game in this season. Krieger with it. She dribbles left. Picked up by Hurd. She gets it back top of the key to Alderson. Fay with it now. Guarded by Hurd. Danica reaches right in and takes it right out of her hands. Dribbles the length of the floor and lays it up for two. And we got a timeout called by Coach Huff of the Titans. And he says a 30-second. We'll step aside for 30 as well. You're watching FDS, bringing you Panther basketball.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Twin Lakes Conference action here in the Panther Pit at St. Mary's High School in Storm Lake. The visiting GTRA Titans out of a 30-second timeout called by Coach Huff after Danica picked the pocket of a Titan and went the length of the floor for an easy, uncontested layup. 9-0 the score here early for the Panthers. 2:40 left in the game. Number 2, Bianca Lamona's checked in for the Panthers. Hoffman with it on the block, guarded by DeMar. She gets it back up top to Alderson. Hoffman with it right side. Tough defense by DeMar tonight. Danica's always a tough defensive player. Inside to Faye, turnaround jump shot, and she hits it in for 2 to get the Titans on the board to make it a 9-2 game. Danica drives the lane, kicks over to Emily, three-pointer, count it. That was her spot right there. I tell you, folks, if they get her open from that spot, it's going to go in. 12-2 the score. Ryman with it top of the key. She thought 3, but Sydney was out on her with those long arms up in her face. She pulled it back down. She throws it into the lane, stolen by Carly Mills, gets it out to Danica. Top of the key, Carly Mills with it. Emily from the corner, three-pointer, no good. Rebound down to the Titans. Alderson comes down with it. Ryman will bring it down the court, set it up top of the key. Left side, top of the key to Alderson. Over to Ryman, and they throw it out of bounds off of Ryman's hands. It'll go Panther direction. Number 10, Natalie Green checks back in, and Krieger will check back in for the Titans. Panthers will inbounds right in front of their own bench. Emily will inbounds to Danica. And Emily, Danica, Bianca, Natalie, and Sydney on the floor. Drives in, Danica drives in, kicks out, swings it around to Natalie. Gets it to Emily. Danica three-pointer, in and out, no good. Natalie runs down the offensive rebound. Inside to Emily underneath the basket, layup, count it. Nice look by Danica there. Found Emily underneath the left side of the basket, nobody around her. Nice pass and a bucket for 14-2, the early lead for the Panthers. 38 seconds left first quarter. Faye with it in the lane. And we're going to have a foul called. I believe we're going to get Natalie Green. Natalie will pick up her first, team second. Natalie and Carly each have one. Ellie Richardson will check in for Bianca. Titans will inbounds, 34 seconds left. Into Krieger right in the lane. She jukes Sydney and goes up right over the top. Puts it up for 2 for Krieger to get on the board. 14-4 the score for the Panthers. Danica will slowly bring it across midcourt. Holds up 2 fingers, calls out the play. Faye guarding her, but she's backed off. 14 seconds. Danica just stands at the half court and dribbles the ball. Holds up two fingers, going to run number 2. Sets up left side, three-pointer, no good, off the rim. Rebound down to Ellie Richardson on the floor. Time is going to expire as Richardson is on the floor. 14-4 the score at the end of the first quarter here in the Panther Pit in favor of St. Mary's. We'll step aside for...
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. Start of the second quarter. Had a little in-between quarter action down on the floor. As that first quarter ended, Ryman came down with the ball, lost control of it, and fell to the ground. Ellie Richardson picked it up. And as the quarter expired, after the quarter had expired, the referee come over to the table and called a foul on the Titans. Number 23, Josie Ryman, the sophomore, picks up her first foul. So there's been quite the discussion in front of the Titan bench as for the foul called on Ryman. So it will be Panther basketball to start this second quarter. 14-4, the early score. Danica, Emily, Natalie, Ellie, and Sydney on the floor for the Panthers. Cross court. Emily with it, gets it into Natalie in the lane, up top to Hurd, but it's tipped away, and Hoffman controls it for the Titans. And they're going to get a touch foul called on Natalie, and that is her second. And the Panthers, with the short bench that they have or don't have, foul trouble is not something we like to see. Number 22, Alderson will check back in. Mackenzie Hoffman will take a breather. Ryman with it, left side, top of the key. She dribbles right. Bounce pass, tried to get a bounce pass into Krieger. It was open, but Natalie Green stuck her hand in there and took that one away. So Danica controls here, top of the key. Throws it to Green in the corner and just throws it over the top of her. Out of bounds, turnover on the Panthers. Coach Huff talks his instructions to Allie Hansen as she controls the ball for the Titans. Faye with it. She thought three, but pulled it down, had Hurd sticking in her face. Back over to Hansen, guarded by Emily. Left side to Krieger. She does a bounce pass inside to Ryman, and Sydney Hurd steps right in front of it and takes it away from her. Another turnover to the Panthers. Danica dribbles in, free throw line extended, kicks back out. Hurd back out to Emily as she drives the lane and has it blocked away by Ryman, and she outlets down to Alderson, takes a couple dribbles and puts it up and hits the layup for two. Fast break transition points for the Titans. 14-6 the score. 6:23 left. Danica drives into the lane. I believe that's going to be Ryman with her, and that's going to be two if that was on Josie. 23, that's going to be two on Josie Ryman, the sophomore. Danica will go to the line for two free throws. First one's up and good. Danica's an 80% free throw shooter on the season. Bianca and Carly back into the game for the Panthers. Danica with 8 on the night. She will square up for her second free throw. Two dribbles, one spin of the ball, and the lefty lets it fly, and she hits the second one to extend the lead to 10 points, a 16-6 lead. Faye with it for the Titans. Krieger with it, top of the key, guarded by Hurd. She dribbles right. Kind of a motion offense, lots of movement. The Titans are spread out. Typically no one sets in the lane. They're just cutting and through the lane, but lots of motion going here, lots of ball movement. Faye throws up a three from the corner, and it misses everything. Danica with the rebound down to Emily. Does a little twist, and Emily nails a layup there on the left side. Beautiful move. Danica with a nice pass. Emily got it, took one dribble, did a pivot, back step, turned around and put it up with the left hand to nail it for the Panthers. 18-6. They're extending that lead. They're going to pull away here in the second quarter. Panthers are kind of a team of streaks. Stolen away by Danica, gets it out to Emily. And she gets it back ahead to Danica, who will pull it back. She's picked up at the top of the key by two Titans. Cross court to Carly, back to Danica in the right corner. She dribbles one time, three-pointer. Rims in and out, rebound down. They're going to call, I think they're going to get Sydney on a foul. They're going to get Sydney on her first foul. Fourth team foul. Number 5, Gabby Conlon will check in for the Titans. 5-minute mark here, second quarter. 18-6 the score in favor of your Panthers over the Titans from GTRA in tonight's Twin Lakes Conference action. Me and Cam came over to Storm Lake from Cherokee tonight. Another cold, not quite as windy as it was last night, but another cold night. But I told him, I said, tonight won't be as bad because we don't have an hour drive home from Sac City last night. It'll be a nice little 25-minute ride home from Storm Lake. Shot up by Hoffman off the mark, rebound down to Emily. and she gets it out to Danica to run with it inside to Sydney, and she puts it in for 2. Hansen with it. Faye, top of the key. Panthers in their man-to-man defense. Faye with it out in the right baseline. She hits Alderson and she drives the lane, but she's trapped by 3 Panthers, and it's on the floor. Sydney comes away with it, gets it out to Emily. Danica has it left side. She's going to run. She slows it down as she gets across half court. She's picked up by Alderson, and she's going to drive in, kick out to Carly, to Bianca in the corner. Back to Danica in the corner. 3-pointer off the mark there. Rebound down to Hoffman of the Titans. Faye with it. She tries to get it inside to Hansen, but it's tipped out of bounds by Sydney. Natalie Green, Ellie Richardson, Krieger's back in for the Titans, and number 4, sophomore Olivia Hansen will make her first appearance tonight. Full timeout on the floor called by the Titans. We'll take a timeout right with them. We'll hear from our sponsors watching Panther basketball on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team? Now at FullerDigital.net. No more searching. One place for all your live streams. FullerDigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. FullerDigital.net.
Back to the Panther Pit, folks. 3:14 left first half. Coming out of a timeout called by the Titans. It'll be Titan basketball underneath their own basket. DeMars, Hurd, Noteware, Ellie Richardson, Natalie Green on the floor for the Panthers. Hoffman will inbounds for the Titans. Gets it to Krieger, top of the key. She dribbles over to Faye, the sophomore Madison Faye. Sending the Krieger on the right block, and her shot is put up and blocked by Hurd. And Danica's going to run with it, and she drives in right side, puts it up. Going to be fouled. Coach Huff didn't like that. Had both hands in the air looking at the ref like. Number 24, Madison Faye will pick up her first. That's team third on the Titans. Danica will go to the line for 2 free throws. First one's in and out, no good. I don't think she missed it all last night. Free throws. And let's see, the game before that was, I don't know if we've had one since Newell Fonda. Second one's good for Danica. 21-6 the score for the Panthers in the lead over the Titans from GTRA. Krieger over to Conlon with it. She drives in left side, puts it up off the backboard, and she puts it in for 2. She had to give that shot a nice little arc because she saw Sydney Hurd coming from the other side. Danica drives in. She kicks out to Green, over to Emily. Back to Danica. Emily in the corner. Into Hurd on the left block. She kicks it back to Emily right in front of the rim. No good. Emily gets her own rebound out to Danica for a 3. And count it. 24-8. Just under the 2-minute mark. First half here at the Panther Pit. Conlon with it, guarded by Richardson. Down to Krieger. Try to go inside to Sorensen and goes off of Sydney Hurd's foot out of bounds. It's going to stay Titan basketball. Carly Mills to the table to check in. Natalie Green will come get a breather. Sorensen will inbounds. Go up top to Hoffman will inbounds. Goes up top to Sorensen. Now to Krieger. Hoffman dribbles at the free throw line. Tries to get one off, and Danica picks it right out of her hands. Goes ahead to Hurd. She kicks out to Richardson. Nice ball movement to DeMars for a three. And count it. 16 for Danica tonight. Good ball movement there by the Panthers. Inside to Hurd, back out to Richardson, and a quick pass right there. That extra pass sometimes is your best bet because it's going to find a girl open. Faye with it underneath the basket. Tries to go across the lane to Krieger, but it's tipped away, but the Titans get it. Krieger with it underneath the basket to Faye, other side, and Carly Mills got a little bit of that one. Faye couldn't get it off, and Danica's on the run. Ahead to Emily, and it's out of bounds. It's going to be Titan basketball. Ryman back in for the Titans. Number 22, Alderson. 20, Hansen back in, along with Conlon on the court and Faye. Grettinger's a really young team. They got Mackenzie Hoffman, a senior, and Alderson, a senior. But other than that, even there's just a couple juniors that have been playing. Most are sophomores. Shot up by the Titans, no good. It's going to go off of Allie Hansen, out of bounds to the Panthers. 40 seconds left, 40.1 seconds left here in the first half. DeMars controls for the Titans. Cross court to the Panther. Carly Mills. Danica's going to drive left side, put it up, no good. She's going to be fouled. We'll have to see who this foul is on. 24, Madison Faye will pick up her second, team fourth. Faye and Ryman both have 2 for the Titans. Danica free throws. First one's up and good. Krieger's at the table. She'll check in. Everybody's got their own little to set Ryman again. She's got 2. Hasn't played much in this second quarter. She picked up 2 fouls. First foul at the end of that second one was at the end of the first quarter, in between the quarters. Second free throw's up and good for Danica. Everybody's got their own little technique on free throws, but Danica's is so simple. Left-handed, 2 dribbles, a little tiny spin of the ball, and then it's just directly out of the hand. And she's about an 80% free throw shooter. Hansen with it. She dribbles in, kicks back out to Conlon. Gets it to Krieger on the left elbow, back to Conlon. Faye with it, top of the key. She drives, tries to get around Mills. Good defense, turns around, puts it up at the buzzer, no good. 29-8 will be the halftime score here at the Panther Pit in favor of the Panthers. Coach Derek Varner has them primed after last night's big win. 29-8 here. We will let's go 2 minutes, and we'll come back and you'll get to watch. I got some cheerleaders going on. The pep band is up there. You're watching Panther basketball on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team now at FullerDigital.net? No more searching, one place for all your live streams. FullerDigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. FullerDigital.net.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Fuller Digital Solutions is proud to provide this video streaming coverage, and we hope you are enjoying the broadcast. Chances are, many others are enjoying it right along with you. If you have a business, you could be delivering your message just like I am to you this very minute. Please contact us for sponsorship opportunities by emailing fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Again, that's fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Thank you for joining our broadcast.
Welcome back to Storm Lakes, folks. Halftime of the girls' game here. Twin Lakes Conference action between visiting GTRA, the Titans out of Grettinger, against your St. Mary's Panthers. Halftime score 29-8. Panthers had a 14-4 lead at the end of the first quarter, and now a 29-8 lead at the half. Run down some scoring for the Titans. We have 4 girls with a basket. Faye, sophomore Madison Faye, junior Adri Kruger, sophomore Josie Ryman, Macy Alderson, Conlon have a bucket for the 8 points. For your Panthers, Emily Noteware with 7, Sydney Hurd with 4, and senior Danica DeMar's on fire again tonight with 18, coming off of her 28-point performance last night over at East Sac County when they took down the Raiders 72-37. And I talked to Sydney Hurd last night at halftime of the boys' game, and every Panther girl player I've interviewed this year has talked about defense, rebounding and defense. And I talked to Sydney last night, and I said that game last night was one of the better defensive games they've played next to the Newell Fonda game. And I told her, I said, that game against Newell Fonda, that was a loss in the loss column, but that was when you take 5 girls and they only played 5 girls, and you play 5 girls against the Newell Fonda team that subs in 3 players every 3 minutes, and they played 9 or 10 on the night, and you only get beat by 4. That was one of the gutsiest defensive performances I've seen all year. So 29-8, the halftime score here. Panthers on top over the GTRA Titans. We got about 4 minutes left here. We're going to go on mute, and we'll let you watch a little warm-up action. I'm bringing you the Buena Vista Regional Medical Center halftime show. A big thanks to all of our sponsors. Buena Vista Regional Medical Center sponsors pregame, halftime shows. The scoreboard is sponsor United Bank of Iowa, so a big thanks to them for being the scoreboard sponsor. And Snooks Carpet, amongst all of our other sponsors, anybody looking to be a sponsor of a Fuller Digital Solutions broadcast, St. Mary's or any other school, send an email in, fullerdigital@fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com, and one of the guys will get you hooked up and we'll get you in business. We'll go on mute and we'll come back in about 3 minutes for second half action. Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. Second half action here in the girls' game. A 29-8 lead for the Panthers. Starting this third quarter, the Titans will have the ball. Ryman, sophomore Josie Ryman, will play it in for the Titans to Allie Hansen. Ryman sat most of that second quarter. She picked up foul number 2 right as the first quarter ended, and she sat most of that second quarter. Krieger drives with it left side. She puts it up and over the top of Hurd. No good. Rebound down to the Titans. Danica full court pass down to Emily, and she puts it in for 2 to start this third quarter, and that's the way we want to start, folks. Nice transition. 31-8 the lead. Titans with it. Ryman top of the key, guarded by Carly. Starters on the floor. Emily, Sydney, Carly, Natalie, and Danica. Krieger with it in the lane, and they're going to get Natalie with number 3. That's going to be number 3 on Natalie Green. Titans will inbounds right in front of their bench. Senior Mackenzie Huff will Pass it in. Gets it to Alderson. Krieger with it on the elbow. She goes left side up, finds Hurd in her way, and so she's got to stop. She's got a really quick first step, and then she gets 1 or 2 steps into it, and then she sees Sydney standing there, and she has second thoughts about trying to go up against her. Again, on the right elbow, Krieger with it. She looked a little backdoor action to Ryman, but it wasn't there. Top of the key, Hansen. Alderson, starters on the floor for the Titans also. See there, I almost said the Pirates, but they're the Titans. Different colors than they used to be too. The old Grettinger used to be black and orange with a big pirate logo. Pirate with like a sword in his mouth, and now they're the Titans. Purple, a really cool kind of purple and white. Really dark purple. Off of Hansen's foot, stolen away by Emily, and she gives it out to Danica, and she puts it in for 2. Nice play there by Emily. Steal and puts up a transition pass to lead Danica to the basket. 6:05 left, third quarter. Titans just can't get anything going offense. The tough buckle-down defense that the Panthers play is given them fits tonight. Krieger in the corner over the top of Hurd, gets it cross court to Hansen. Is getting close to a 5-second call there. Now Krieger with it right side. Hurd comes out. Hansen passes between Hurd's legs into Ryman. Rebound down to Danica. That was a nifty little pass there. Mills with it, top right side. Dribbles back to Green. Finds Emily on the right side. Back to Danica, top of the key. Three-pointer on the way. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound down to Ryman. The sophomore brings it down. She'll advance it for the Titans. Pulls up just shy of the free throw line. Picked up by Mills. She's got to get rid of it. To Hansen. Kind of a motion offense that the Titans run here. Man-to-man defense for the Panthers. Krieger trying to post up on her, but it's just not working tonight. Alderson drives right side. She's stopped by Green, taken away by Emily, and she gets it cross court to Danica, who's going to run with it. She pulls it back and waits for a little help. Cross court to Green. Back up top to Emily, wide open three-pointer. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound down to the Titans. Ryman will advance it. She pulls up, picks up her dribble at the volleyball line, and Mills is right up in her face. Hoffman on the right elbow. Gives it out to Krieger. Titans just can't seem to get inside to Krieger. She tries to do a little turnaround on her, and she goes right at her. And Sydney had it just fine until she took a little swat right at the end. She had the body position right until right at the end of the shot. She took a little swat at it, and that's what they're going to get her the foul on. Krieger to the free throw line for a couple free throws. Krieger, the junior, Adri Krieger, comes in averaging 9 points a game and 6.5 rebounds. First free throw is up and clanks off the front of the rim. Sorensen and Conlon back in for the Pirates. Hoffman and Hansen will take a seat. Second one up for Krieger. Misses everything. The refs blow the whistle. It didn't hit the net or the rim, so it's turnover to the Panthers. Fay will check in, and Krieger will take a seat. Hurd inbounds to Danica to get it started. 3:50 left in the third quarter as Danica crosses the midcourt line. She dribbles into the lane, little cross over to Carly. Off the mark, Sydney gets the rebound and puts it back up for 2. Nice pass by Danica there. She saw Carly kind of cut into the basket on the left side, and she got it across to her, but Sydney cleaned up the mess and put it back in. Ryman, top of the key. She dribbles left. Tries to go in on Hurd, kicks it back out. Conlon with it, guarded by Mills. It throws across court, and it's stolen away by Danica. left-handed layup, and she puts it in for 2. Timeout on the court by the Titans. We're going to have a full or a 30. It's a full. We'll step aside for a minute with them. You're watching Panther basketball on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
3 minutes left here in the third quarter, 3:07 to be exact. Titan basketball as the Panthers hold a commanding 37-8 lead. Tipped away by Danica, but out of bounds. During that halftime, I just thought of something that I haven't announced all year. I haven't talked about the St. Mary's cheerleaders that do a lot of work getting this student section going. And for as small of a student section as they have, they are quite noisy. I'm going to read down the list of the cheerleaders. Some of them play basketball also, so some of these girls are pulling double duty. They're playing basketball, and they're going to cheerlead during the boys' game. Bianca Limones, Mariah Mendoza, Crystal Senert, Odalis Lopez, Melanie Rosselis, Autumn Wunschel, and Carla Limones. Going to be a foul called here on the floor. Looked like after a Panther shot. Going to get Emily Noteware for her first foul. Her and Conlon were on the ground going for the ball, and it's going to be a foul on Emily, her first. Titan basketball. Conlon with it, cross court to Faye. She goes behind her back over to Ryman. Ryman goes in against her. She decides to kick it back out to Conlon. To Sorensen in the corner. Good defense by Bianca there. They get it into Hoffman on the block, and she puts it up. It's tipped away. I think it was blocked away by Hurd. Emily comes down with the rebound and outlets to Danica, who pulls it back and waits for help and sets up the half-court offense. Inside to Hurd, one dribble, kicks out to Danica. She dribbles in. Up against everything, kind of an up and under, and she pulled it down and then put it back up on the left side, and she gets it to go. 24 for Danica on the night. 39-8, the lead for the Panthers. Titans sending two girls in, Hansen and Alderson for sure. Up ahead, and it goes off the hand of Krieger, out of bounds. Krieger and Hansen and Alderson in for the Pirates. Mills and Green in for the Panthers. So we have Danica, Emily, Sydney, Carly, and Natalie Green. A shot by Emily's off the mark. Rebound is run down by Danica and saved. Over to Carly, back to Emily, top of the key. Get it over to Danica, inside to Sydney. One dribble, and she puts it up. They're going to call the foul on the floor. No shot. I believe they're going to get Adri Krieger. 25. Krieger's going to pick up her first. And then Danica will inbounce, play it in for the Panthers underneath the basket. 2-3 zone played by the Titans. It almost kind of looks like a 1-2-2. They got Alderson at the top of that zone there. Three-pointers off the mark by Danica. Emily gets the rebound, puts it back in, and it's good. Krieger picks up her second foul in about a 10-second span, so Emily gets the bucket, and she's going to go to the free throw line for one to get the old-fashioned three-point play. It's up off the front of the rim, no good. Hansen down with the rebound for the Titans. 55 seconds left here, third quarter. Sorensen with it for the Titans, guarded by Green, right side. She dribbles into the lane, loses control of it, stolen away by Carly. And Danica has it up ahead to Emily. Bounce pass over to Green. Off of Green's foot, back to to Emily. Cross court to Carly. Gives it back to Danica. She stops top of the key and says, set up the offense. She's guarded by Alderson. Emily inside to Sydney. Gets it, turns around. Fouls on the floor. I believe that's going to be Krieger again. And if it is, 25, that's Adri Krieger's third foul in about a 30-second span here at the end of the third quarter. Danica will inbounce. Top of the key to Emily. To Danica in the corner all by herself. She decided not to shoot that. Pass by Green is tipped away and stolen by Alderson. And she's going to drive to the basket and put it up. No basket. They're going to get Emily, I think. Nowhere will pick up her second. Emily will pick up number 2, and Alderson will go to the free throw line for free throws. My printer at home did not work today. First one is good for Alderson. That's her first free throw of the game. So I took a picture of the screen. Second one's good for Alderson. Let me look in here a sec, see how good I would have been. Alderson, she did pretty good. She's a 37% free throw shooter on the season and made both free throws. Danica, long three-pointer at the buzzer, no good. 41-10, the score at the end of the third quarter here in the Panther Pit at St. Mary's High School in Storm Lake. We'll step aside for 30 seconds, and we'll come back and we'll get that fourth quarter ready to go. You're watching Panther basketball on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. Fourth quarter action here between the Titans of GTRA and your Storm Lake St. Mary's Panthers. Like I said at the start of the telecast, I grew up kind of up by Grettinger, and I said if I called these the Pirates, I apologize because they're the Titans, but when I knew it, they were the Grettinger Pirates. And one of my first memories of listening to high school basketball on the radio was listening to KILR radio out of Esterville, Iowa, and listening to the Grettinger Pirates. I'm going to guess a year. I'm going to say 86, 87, somewhere in there. And they had a girl by the name of Shelby Peterson, who was a tall girl and was an all-state center for the Pirates. And she dominated at the time. And I just remember very, very, very vividly of listening to high school basketball, listening to the Grettinger Pirates and Shelby Peterson playing basketball on the radio. So that's what I'm hoping to do for somebody out there that's listening that just loves St. Mary's Panther basketball, and in 10 years going to say, man, I remember listening to that 2022 team with Danica and Emily and Sydney and Carly. Rebound down to Danica, and she puts up a little 10-foot jumper, no good. Down to Krieger of the Titans. 41-10 the score here to open the fourth quarter in favor of the Panthers, coming off a big win last night over at East Sac where they dominated in a 72-37 win. Hoffman's going to drive in the lane, put it up over the top of Sydney, no good. Krieger puts the put back up, no good. Hurd brings down the rebound, outlets to Danica. She drives down left side, pulls it back. Carly with it. Emily, top of the key. She's going to drive in. Little floater in the lane, in and out. It rolled in. I think it even touched part of the net, and then it bounced back out. Rebound down to the Titans. Tough defense being played by the Panthers tonight. Krieger with it right side. Gives it up to Hansen. This play will not be possible next year in Iowa high school basketball because there will be a shot clock input Ryman with it on the block. She goes up. It's blocked by Natalie Green and taken away. Nice defensive play by Natalie and gets it out to Danica. She drives in left side, kicks out to Emily, who has it tipped away, but she gains control of it. Gets it to Carly, who gets it out to Natalie, top of the key to set up the offense. Emily with it, looking inside, but it's not there. Three-pointer put up by Natalie Green, and it misses everything. Goes out of bounds. It's going to go Titan way. Richardson and Lamonas check in. Green and Carly Mills will take a seat. The referee on the Titan sideline in front of the Titan bench, or in front of the Titan crowd, blew his whistle, held his hand in the air, and he had a talk to the Titan crowd across the way. And there's a ref at the scoreboard table. The official scorekeeper had to get up and go somewhere, so they're kind of put it on hold right now. Titans get a few new girls in the game. For the Titans, we have Hoffman, Fay, Ryman, Conlin, and Sorensen. And on the court for the Panthers, Emily. They have went and got the AD, the athletic director, and the referees are talking to the athletic director, and they're looking over towards the Grettinger Terrell Roof and Ayrshire crowd. And they've went to get the athletic director, and I've seen it before. They've talking to a gentleman in the crowd over on the Grettinger Terrell sideline, or in the two referees, Coach Ryan, who's the athletic director, and someone from the Grettinger Terrell crowd. Looks like they got everything kind of figured out, and we're going to play some basketball. Now that person from the crowd has went over and he has said something to his own teammates, parents, or fans of the Grettinger Terrell. Now we're back to basketball. 5:33 left, fourth quarter. Titan basketball. 41-10 lead for the Panthers here in the Panther pit. Ryman with it, top of the key, picked up by Hurd. She tries to go right side, tipped away by Hurd, and stolen by Emily right out of her hands. Hurd tipped it away, but as soon as Ryman controlled it, Emily stepped right in and took it. Danica drives in the lane, misses, but she's going to be fouled. It's going to be called on junior Gabby Conlin. Danica to the line. And we know what happens when Danica goes to the free throw line. She generally makes them. First one's good. That's 6 makes. I think she's 6 of 7 tonight. That's 25 on the night for Danica. Number 22, the senior Macy Alderson. Alderson will check in for the Titans. 5:12 left on the clock. Danica's second one is up and good. Sorensen with it in the corner, guarded by Bianca. Ryman with it, top of the key, over to Conlin. Conlin dribbles in, free throw line jumper off the top of the backboard, down to Ryman, and it's blocked by Sydney Hurd as she put the rebound back up, and it's controlled by Danica. She'll race it to the other end, circle back around, slow it down inside to Emily. She'll kick out to Richardson. Emily in the corner, cross court to Bianca. Gets it to Danica, top of the key. Guarded by Alderson. Sets and screens the offense. She's going to go right. Little lob to Emily, 10-foot jumper, off the mark, rebound down to Ryman for the Titans. And the sophomore will run with it, gets it up to Alderson. 4-minute mark in the game, 43-10 the score in favor of the Panthers. That's a 33-point lead. When we hit a 35-point lead, we'll go into that Iowa High School running clock. 3.5 minutes left. It'll hurry it up just a little bit, but with only 3.5 minutes left. Ryman with it. Over to Alderson. Three-pointer up, long two-pointer put up, off the mark by Faye. Hurd comes down with the rebound, gets it out to Danica. She'll get it across and then slow it down and look for some help. DeMars dribbles right side, stops. Thought three. I thought she was going to shoot that. Over to Bianca. Emily drives in the lane, throws up a little floater. No good, but she's going to get fouled. Going to be a couple free throws coming. On number 4, Olivia Sorensen will pick up her first. Her second, the scoreboard says. I marked one down for Conlon instead of Sorensen. Emily will shoot a couple free throws. First one's up and nothing but net. Puts Emily at 12 for the night. Speaking of 12, number 12, Avery Smith in. Sydney Hurd will take a seat and be done for the night. I believe we have Autumn Winchell on the bench coming in for Emily as soon as she makes that free throw, and that's the case. Emily will be done for the night. She will end with 13. 3 minutes left in the game. 35-point lead for the Panthers, so will be a running clock. Ryman throws up a three-pointer, no good. Rebound down to Ellie Richardson. To DeMars, and she'll get it across half court. Dribbles into the lane, little free throw line jumper, no good. Kind of a little floater off the backboard, no good. Down to the Titans. Krieger with the rebound, gets it out to Hansen. She'll stop. Thought she was going to shoot a three there. The Titans getting into Ryman on the block. Go up against Hansen. No good, but she'll get a free throw. A couple free throws out of the deal. I believe they're going to get Natalie. Number 10 will pick up number 4. Her fourth foul. Ryman will go to the line for a couple free throws. Comes in averaging about 6.5 points, 6 rebounds. The first one is no good. Bianca Lamonis will check in for said Natalie Green. Second one up for Ryman, and in and out, rims in and out. Rebound down to Avery Smith with the rebound, the freshman. Gets it out to Danica. Danica, Bianca Lamonis, Autumn Winchell, Avery Smith, Ellie Richardson. Danica drives around right side, tries to put it up and under the other side of the backboard, but no good. Just under the 2-minute mark, inside to Adri Krieger, misses a layup, gets her own rebound and puts it back up. 45-12, 1:40 left here in the game. Avery Smith with it. Get back to Danica. Going to be out of bounds off of Danica to the Titans. Natalie Green will check back in, and Danica will take her curtain call. Done for the evening. She will end with 26. Conlon back in for the Titans. 1:16, 1:15, running clock. Inside to Ryman, but she loses control. Stolen away by Ellie Richardson, gets it out to Natalie Green. She dribbles it across the half-court line. Top of the key, Ellie Richardson. 48 seconds left. Gonna say Natalie Green stepped on the out-of-bounds line. 33 seconds left here. 45-12, the lead for the Panthers. A big Twin Lakes Conference win over the GTRA Titans out of Grettinger, Terrell, Ruth, and Ayrshire. Stolen away by the Panthers. Natalie Green will bring it across half court. 20 seconds left. Wunschel with it. Autumn. Avery Smith. Taken away by Allie Hansen. And she's going to drive the length of the floor. 5 seconds left. Three-pointer put up. No good by the Titans. And that's ball game, folks. 45-12, the final here in the Panther Pit. The win for the Panthers take them to 13-1 on the season. That's the girls' game. We'll step aside for 1 minute. We'll come back. We'll recap that girls' game, and we'll get a little Buena Vista Regional Medical Center pregame show for the boys' tilt tonight. You're watching Panther basketball on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team? Now at fullerdigital.net. No more searching. One place for all your live streams. fullerdigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at fullerdigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. fullerdigital.net.
Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. Big Twin Lakes Conference matchup win for the Panthers tonight. Convincing 45-12 win over the GTRA Titans. For a 14-4 lead at the end of the first quarter, 29-8 point lead at halftime, 41-10 at the end of the third quarter, and a low-scoring fourth quarter. 45-12 the final here at the Panther Pit. Run down some scoring for the Titans. Adri Krieger and Macy Alderson with 4, Madison Fay with 2, and Gabby Conlon with 2. For the Panthers tonight, Sydney Hurd with 6, Emily Noteware with 13, and Danica DeMars with a convincing 26, coming off her 28-point output last night over at East Sac. That's putting a good little streak together. So the Panthers advanced to 13-1, I believe a 9-1 in the conference. I think that's what it is. So that was the boys' game. We'll step aside for 1 minute, and we'll come back and we'll have the Buena Vista Regional Medical Center pregame show for the boys till here in the Panther Pit. You're watching the Panthers on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. Buena Vista Regional Medical Center pregame show on the boys' side tonight. GTRA and Coach Randy Huff, assisted by Matt Masters, comes in with a 10-4 record, 6-2 in the Twin Lakes. And they will come in and they will start this way. Number 5, a junior, Eric Heinrichs. Number 10, a junior, Max Huff. A junior, number 21, Drew Schnell. A junior, number 23, Corey Huff. And a senior, number 25, Dalton Young. The Titans come in, led in scoring by Drew Schnell with 15.5. Max Huff at 12.5, Eric Heinrichs at 12.3, and Corey Huff at 10. Dalton Young averages about 8 points a game. Titans sit about third in the Twin Lakes. Now for your St. Mary's Panthers, Coach Steve Ryan comes in with them 4-9, 2-6 in the conference. They're going to start this way tonight. Number 10, a senior, Mason Lavin. Junior, number 12, John Heitman. Number 34, a senior, Tanner Fiorentino. A junior, number 42, Bennett Smith. And a senior, your homecoming king this year from last weekend, number 52, Pablo Pascal. Should be a tight game tonight. Panthers sit a little bit further down in the conference standing, but like I always say, when you play a team lower than you in the standings, they're the ones that are going to be fighting and scratching. We will step aside for 1 minute, and we will come back with the start of the boys' game. You're watching Panther basketball on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Maloof.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team? Now at FullerDigital.net. No more searching. One place for all your live streams. FullerDigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. FullerDigital.net.
Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. Time for some high school boys action. St. Mary's here taking on the visiting GTRA Titans. Panthers coached by Steve Ryan, 4-9 on the season, 2-6 in the Twin Lakes. Pablo will jump the center circle against number 11, Max Huff from the Titans. Titans will start Heinrichs, Huff, Schnell, Huff, and Young. Pablo controls it to Heitman. He's picked up by Schnell. Man-to-man defense for the Titans. Over to Bennett Smith. Inside to Bennett. He kicks it out to Pablo. He thought three-pointer. Inside, one bounce to Bennett Smith. He turns around in the lane. He throws it out of bounds. Thought he was fouled. The referee from the side comes in and says it went off the Titans. It's going to stay Panther basketball. The initial call was that it was going to go to the Titans, but the ref came in from the side and said it was tipped by the Titans out of bounds off to the Panthers. Heitman, right side, puts it up, no good. Bennett Smith with the rebound. He gets it out to Lavin, free throw line jumper, and Mason puts it in for two to get the early lead. Huff will bring it down. Heinrichs with it. He dribbles into the lane. Kicks it out to Corey Huff. He gets into the lane. Little jump stop. Puts it up for two. I see the Huffs on the score here. Max Huff, a junior, and Corey Huff, a junior. They are cousins. Their dads are Todd and Kyle, who are brothers to the girls' coach, Lucas Huff. Stolen away, tipped away by Heinrichs. Gets it out to Max Huff. He lays it up and puts it in for two. Titans come out in a full court man-to-man pressure. Gets it ahead to Bennett Smith. He stops, pulls it back, waits for help. Heitman with it. 4-2 the score in favor of the Titans. Out of bounds, it's going to go Titan way. Bennett Smith looked in to throw it over the top to Pablo, and he just threw it too hard. Max Huff. Corey Huff with the long three-pointer. Put it in for 2 with the assist from Max. Fiorentino over to Heitman. He gets across half court, but he's picked up by Schnell. Schnell comes in, the leading scorer for the Titans at 15.5 points a game. Long three-pointer put up by Bennett. Rebound down to Max Huff, and he outlets to Heinrichs. He takes it into the lane, up and over the top of Bennett Smith, and he puts it in for 2. 9-2 the early score, and the Titans fall right into that man-to-man pressure defense. Bennett Smith with it. He gets it across half court, over to Lavin, into the corner to Tanner. He drives left side, puts it up, puts it in for 2. Nice transition. Huff over to Dalton Young. He drives in the lane against Pablo and misses a shot. Rebound down to Pablo. Lavin dribbles top of the key. He's trapped in the corner. He gets rid of it to Tanner, who gets it back to Lavin, and they set things up. Inside to Pablo, kicks out to Heitman. Tanner in the corner, he dribbles in, tries to get it to Pablo in the lane, but it's tipped away, stolen by the Titans. Max Huff will bring it down, set it up, cross court to Corey Huff. Heinrichs in the corner, inside to Young. He kicks out to Schnell, three-pointer, off the rim, no good. Going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Panther basketball. Timeout called by the Panthers. We got a 30. We'll step aside for 30 as well. Let's hear from our sponsors. You're watching Panther basketball on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Welcome back to St. Mary's High School, folks, here in Storm Lake. Twin Lakes Conference action, visiting GTRA with an early 9-4 lead over your St. Mary's Panthers. Grettinger comes out of that timeout in a man-to-man full court pressure like they have been most of the game. Bennett Smith gets away with a little bit of a travel there to Pablo. Tries to hand it off to Lavin, but it's bobbled inside to Tanner, but it's stolen away by Heinrichs, and Heinrich throws it out of bounds off of Tanner. Going to go Titan way. Max Huff will advance it down for the Titans. Top of the key. Nice little give and go to Corey Huff, and he lays it in for 2. We got 4 Titans coming in, averaging double digits, and a 5th one averaging 8 points a game. Pablo with it, back to Bennett. Gets it out to Heitman. In the corner to Pablo. Pablo drives the lane, cross court to Lavin, three-pointer from the corner, off the top of the backboard. Tanner tips it out, gets it to Lavin, and Lavin lays it in for 2. Tanner tipped that rebound out. Pablo grabbed it and immediately tossed it to Lavin, who was cutting the lane, and he puts it in for 2. 11-6 the score in favor of the Titans. Panthers hanging around here, first quarter, 3:30 left. Heinrichs with it. Looked inside to Huff, but it wasn't there. Young with it. Schnell, long three-pointer with Heitman in his face, and he drills the long three-pointer. That was a Jeff Moe three-pointer, folks. Lavin guarded by Max Huff. Gets it ahead to Pablo, to Tanner, in the lane, kicks out to Lavin, three-pointer, top of the key, no good. Bounces off the rim and over the top of the backboard. Number 43, Patrick Fiddler, will check in for the Titans. (14-6) the early score. 2:55 left first quarter here. Visiting GTRA Titans with the early lead. Long three-pointer by Huff again, off the mark with that one. Rebound down. They're going to get Pablo on an over the back here, I believe. That is the call. Toby Jones will check in for the Panthers. Bennett will take a seat and get a breather. Three-pointer up by Corey Huff. Off the rim and over the top of the backboard, no good. Turnover to the Panthers. Titans fall into their man-to-man pressure. Stolen away by Max Huff. He goes to the basket, stops, pops about a 10-footer, and he drains it to advance that lead to 10 points, 16-6. Toby Jones in the game. He dribbles it over the half-court line, gets it down into the corner. He's trapped, gets it out, stolen away by Huff, and he's going to run with it left side, slows it down. Cross court to Corey Huff. He shoot fakes. He pulls it back down inside to Max Huff, cutting the lane, and he puts it in for two. Nice look there by Corey to Max. The Huff cousins on the combination there. Stolen away by Corey Huff right underneath the basket. Blocked away by Pablo. And it's going to be timeout called. Full timeout for the Panthers. We'll step aside for a minute also. We'll be back with more after this from FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team? Now at FullerDigital.net. No more searching. One place for all your live streams. FullerDigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. FullerDigital.net.
Back to the first quarter action here in Twin Lakes Conference action between their visiting GTRA Titans and your St. Mary's Panthers. Early 18-6 lead for the Titans. Panthers having trouble with this man-to-man pressure, full court pressure the Titans have on. Tipped out of bounds by Heinrichs. It's going to stay Panther basketball. Corey Huff with the hot hand for the Titans with 7 points. Cousin Max with 6. Lavin cross-court pass to Toby Jones, out of bounds. Nice look, but he just threw it where he wasn't. Out of bounds off the Panthers. 1:25 left first quarter. My main man, Cam Cohn, running the camera video tonight. Doing an awesome job. I'm Neil Cruz, bringing you the action here on Fuller Digital Solutions. Storm Lake St. Mary's High School basketball on this cold winter night. Behind the back pass by the Titans. It's saved inbounds by Fiddler. Max Huff with it, top of the key, thought three-pointer, but he pulled it down. He takes one step in, puts it up, no good. Fiddler comes flying out of nowhere for the rebound. Schnell with the long three-pointer off the mark. Rebound down to Tanner Fiorentino with it, and he's picked up by Corey Huff immediately. Lavin gets across to Pablo. Back to Lavin to set up the offense. 45 seconds left first quarter. Nice little give and go to Pablo. He hands it off to Tanner. He puts it up. Going to be fouled. I believe they're going to get Heinrichs. Number 5, Eric Heinrichs, will pick up his first. First foul on the Titans, only one on each team here in the first quarter. Tanner will come in and shoot a couple free throws. He's got a bucket already. We can add a couple points to it here for the Panthers. First one rims in and out, rolls around about 3 times, hits the back of the rim and out. Second one up for Tanner. It's good. 18-7 the score, 35 seconds left first quarter. Titans with it. Top of the key, Fiddler. Long three-pointer by Corey Huff. Gonna go, looked like it was gonna go out of bounds, but saved by Fiddler. Number 21, Drew Schnell with the long three-pointer, no good. Rebound down to the Titans again. Three-pointer by Max Huff. And third time's a charm, and he puts it in for 3. 15 seconds left for the Panthers to try to score here. 12. They get it to Tanner against his full court pressure. 8 seconds. Heitman gets it across half court. He gets it to Lavin in the corner. Three-pointer. Off the rim, no good. Rebound down to Pablo. He tried to put it up at the buzzer, no good. 21-7 at the end of the first quarter here at St. Mary's High School in Storm Lake. We will step aside for a break between the quarters here, and we'll come back with second quarter action. You're watching St. Mary's basketball on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Welcome back to St. Mary's High School here, folks, in Storm Lake in the Panther Pit. Twin Lakes Conference action between visiting GTRA and your St. Mary's Panthers. Just going to run down the list of cheerleaders here again. They're in full force tonight, getting the crowd on their feet. Bianca Lamones, Maria Mendoza, Crystal Senert, Odalise Lopez, Melanie Rosselis, Autumn Wunschel, and Carla Lamones. Cheerleaders do a really good job of keeping this crowd on their feet for these Panther basketball games. Second quarter action, GTRA will start the quarter with the ball with a 21-7 lead that they accumulated in the first quarter. Starters on the floor for the Titans, and the Toby Jones in for the Panthers, along with Lavin, Lane Carlson, Pablo, and Tanner. Three-pointer off the mark for the Titans. Rebound down to Pablo. Gets it out to Lavin. He'll control it for the Panthers underneath to Tanner. He does a little turnaround on the block. Little right-handed hook shot. No good. Rebound down to Heinrichs, and he outlets to Young. Dalton with it. He'll stop. Gets it to Schnell. Cross court to Corey Huff. He thought 3, but he pulled it down. Free throw line jumper. No good, but he's going to be fouled. Number 20, Lane Carlson, will pick up his first, just the team second. Corey Huff will go to the free throw line for 2. Comes in averaging 10 points and just shy of 6 rebounds a game. Free throw, first one up and good for Corey. Drew Getch will check into the game. I was told by a St. Mary's Panther fan that I refer to him as Andrew Getch because that's what's in the program, but they said he goes by Drew, so that's what he'll be. Second free throw good for Corey Huff, 23-7. They get it to Drew at midcourt, get it back to Lavin. He gets it crossed half court against that full court pressure. That's half the battle. Lavin into Pablo underneath the basket, and it just went right through Pablo's hands. A little bit of a hard pass. It was right on the money, but it just went right through his hands. Coach Randy Huff yelling the play, so Grettinger Terrell sets up in their set. Max Huff with it, top of the key. Corey Huff to Heinrichs. He dribbles in the lane, left side, puts it up backwards with his right hand. No good, but it's going to be a foul. I think they're going to get Drew Getch. And they will. Drew will pick up number 1. That's 3 for the team. Drew Schnell, the junior, will go to the free throw line. Free throw's good. Grettinger starts 4 juniors and a senior. Their 4 leading scorers are their 4 juniors. They'll all be back. Just 2 seniors on the team, Young and 1 Blake Rosacker. So the Titans should come back ready to roar again next year with this crop of juniors. Stolen by Heinrichs at about midcourt. He throws a pass, tipped away by Lane Carlson, and it's taken back by the Panthers, controlled by Lavin, top of the key. He tries to get a pass inside to Getch, but it's taken by Pablo. Shot no good. Lavin puts up the rebound, and he hits a jumper for good. 6 points on the board for Lavin, 25-9 the score. Max Huff will drive into the lane, kick back out to Dalton Young, 3-pointer, no good. Rebound down to Lane Carlson, who gets it out to Lavin on the right side. Lavin picked up by Max Huff, gets it ahead to Drew Getch, inside to Pablo. Free throw line jumper by Lane Carlson, off the backboard, no good. Pablo picks up the rebound. Lavin 3-pointer, count it. 25-12 the score. Lavin's kind of keeping them somewhat close here. 5:35 left first quarter, or second quarter, first half. Dalton Young will drive in the lane, looks to find Corey Huff underneath the basket, and it's tipped away by Drew, and then Huff gets a hand on it before it goes out of bounds. It'll go to the Panthers. I remember growing up, and if you went to play Grettinger, you were going to play a Rod Huff team, and like I said earlier, Lucas Huff, Rod's youngest, is the girls' coach. And the Huff boys on the team belong to Kyle and Todd, Lucas's older brothers. And I look across the way, and I see Rod sitting, Kyle and Todd both sitting behind him. Randy Huff is the boys' coach. I'm not sure how that is if it is relation. Mason Lavin puts one in the right side, and it's going to be a timeout called by GTRA as the Panthers try to scroll back into this. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a minute off also. You're watching FDS bringing you Panther basketball.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team? Now at FullerDigital.net. No more searching. One place for all your live streams. FullerDigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. FullerDigital.net.
The Titans with it out of the timeout. 4:49 left second quarter. Heinrichs drives the lane and throws it up off of Pablo. No good. They're going to get Pablo on a foul. And Heinrichs, the junior, will go to the line for 2 free throws. Comes in averaging about just over 12 points a game. First one's up. No good, off the back of the rim. Tanner will come in for Pablo, get him a rest. 25-14. Panthers have been on kind of a run. I think they've scored 4 unanswered points, which when you're down by 13 is a lot. Corey Huff with the rebound off the missed free throw. Heinrichs cross court to Drew Schnell. Wide open 3-pointer, and Schnell nails it. Stolen away by the Titans by Fiddler. He's going to drive left side. He got away with a travel, and they call the travel. Just as I say, he went to, it was like he was going in for a left-handed layup, and then halfway he decided right side, and he put his pivot foot down to stop, and he slid. So they get the travel call. Lane Carlson with it. Gets it back to Bennett Smith. Tough man-to-man full court pressure by the Titans. Drew Getch gets it across half court. Dribbles in. There's going to be a foul called on the floor. They're going to get Patrick Fiddler, the junior, with his first foul. Just a second team foul on the Titans. So it'll be Panther basketball underneath their own basket. Titans got the Panthers doubled up 28-14. Shot off, rails in for Mason Lavin. Just as I say, they got him doubled up. Lavin cuts into that lead. 4-minute mark, Lavin with 13. 28-16 the score for the Titans. Passing around the perimeter, Corey Huff dribbles in the lane, kicks back out to Max Huff. Guarded by Lavin, in the lane to Heinrichs. Backs out to Max Huff, three-pointer off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound down to Bennett Smith. Gets it out to Lavin. He sees Tanner running the floor. Pass tipped away by Fiddler out of bounds. Nice transition pass by Lavin, but Fiddler just got his long arms in there and knocked it away. 3:29 left, 28-16. Bennett Smith into Lavin in the left corner, three-pointer off the backboard, no good. Foul on Bennett Smith. He knew it as soon as he did it. He put his hands in the air and then turned and saw the ref standing right there. Over the back foul. It's kind of a hustle foul, though. I call that a hustle foul. He was going for it, and he just got caught up. The other guy had position, and Bennett wanted that rebound so bad. Into the corner to Dalton Young. One of the only two seniors on this Titan team. Schnell cuts in the lane. Nice pass by Heinrichs, but he misses the layup. Rebound down to Drew Getch. He hands it off to Lavin, and Lavin's going to take it across half court. He's picked up just on the other side by Max Huff. Lavin drives in the lane, kicks out to Heitman, three-pointer. No good. Rebound down to the Titans, and Corey Huff's going to run with it. He stops, hands it off to Max Huff, who will set up the offense. He looked at Drew Schnell and kind of gave him a little wink of the eye and told him to cut to the basket. Didn't get the pass, though. Schnell at the free throw line, back to Max. Heinrichs three-pointer, good. When you got this many guys averaging in double figures, 10, 12, 15 a game, it's hard to defend because you never know who's going to get the hot hand. And from the looks of it, they all can get the hot hand. Tanner on the other side going to be in favor of a 10-second call right in front of the Panther bench with pressure by Dalton Young and Corey Huff. And they pressure the Panthers into a 10-second violation and a turnover. Number 31, Colin Hoffman, the sophomore, checks in for the Titans. He will play it in to Max Huff. 2:09 left first half here. 31-16 the score. I got Ellie Bacon lined up for a halftime interview here on the girls' side. Ellie, unfortunately, a senior for the Panthers, unfortunately went down early in the season with the ankle injury that ended her season, had surgery. Colin Hoffman drives the lane and puts it up for two. It was sad to see a senior not be able to play her final season, especially a season kind of like the Panthers could have. Bennett Smith with the outlet pass from Mason Lavin drives the lane and puts it in for two. 33-18 in favor of the Titans. Dalton Young drives the lane on the left side, and he's going to get fouled by Tanner. They're going to call it on the floor. 34, Tanner picks up number 1. Toby Jones to the desk to check in. Tanner will take a break. Titans will inbounce underneath their own basket off the heels of Max Huff with 1:23 left. Heinrichs three-pointer, and he nails it. 36-18 the lead. They got him doubled up. Toby Jones gets it across half court. 1:13 left. He gets it to Bennett Smith. Over to Heitman. Underneath the basket to Drew Getch. Back up top to Bennett Smith. Into Toby Jones. Lavin three-pointer from the corner. It looked like it might have been blocked. And we're going to get 2 free throws on the rebound. Number 5, Eric Heinrichs picks up number 2. Just 3 on the Titans, and Drew Getch will go to the line for a couple free throws. Drew coming in, averaging about 6 points a game. First free throws up, no good. I always like to talk about Drew's sneakers. Cam Cohn that's with me tonight is kind of a sneakeraholic. Is that what you would call it? Sneakeraholic or something like that. He just likes his sneakers. I think he's admiring Drew's sneakers at the time. Free throw, second one's no good. Drew's got bright neon green and orange sneakers. And I just see Cam staring at him, wishing he had a pair. Rebound down to Max Huff. 46 seconds left first half here. He gets inside to Dalton Young. One little dribble. Right side, no good. But he's going to get some free throws on the foul by, I believe they're going to get Drew Getch with number 2. Dalton Young will go to the free throw line. The senior comes in averaging about 8 points a game, 4 rebounds. First one's good by Dalton. His first points of the night. Extends that lead to 37-18. Like I said earlier, we got Ellie Bacon coming in at halftime. We'll sit down and talk to Ellie about her unfortunate senior season, not being able to play, about going to St. Mary's High School, and just being a part of what this team could be. Toby Jones with it in the corner. He dribbles in, kicks out to Drew Getch at the free throw line. Bennett Smith, free throw line jumper. Rims in and out, no good. Max Huff with the rebound for the Titans. 20 seconds left. Young pulls it down. He dribbles in. Nice little bounce pass to Drew Schnell on the cut from the right side, and he puts it in for 2. Nice look by Dalton Young there with the assist to Drew Schnell. Schnell with 8. Huff Cousins with 9 each. 3 seconds left. Toby Jones, 10-foot jumper at the buzzer. Rolls out, no good. 40-18 the score here at the halftime. We will step aside for a minute break. We'll come back. We'll recap that first half, and then we're going to sit down and talk to Ellie Bacon. You're watching.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team now at FullerDigital.net? No more searching, one place for all your live streams. FullerDigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. FullerDigital.net.
Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. Neil Cruz bringing you FDS and bringing you Panther basketball. Halftime of the boys game, the boys are trailing to GTRA 40-18. They were down 21-7 at half at the end of the first quarter. Run down some scoring. Panthers led by senior Mason Laban tonight with 13. Fiorentino has 3, and Bennett Smith with a bucket for 2. On the other side for the Titans, we got a bunch of scoring there. Drew Schnell with 10, Corey Huff with 9, Max Huff with 9, Eric Heinrichs with 8, Dalton Young with 2, and Colin Hoffman with 2. So that's your Buena Vista Regional Medical Center halftime show for the boys game. Thanks to our sponsors. Like I say, BV, Buena Vista Regional Medical Center, sponsors the halftime pregame show. United Bank of Iowa is our awesome scoreboard sponsor. Cam Cohn running the scoreboard tonight on behalf of United Bank of Iowa, Snooks Carpets, along with a lot of our other sponsors that we run commercials for at halftime. So here we are. We got about 8 minutes left first half. We're going to sit down with Ellie Bacon here and talking about her senior season. Unfortunately, Ellie had a mishap against, I believe it was a River Valley game here. I remember calling that game because I called River Valley last year. And coming into this year, River Valley's got a gal named Maddie Thomas, was an awesome player last year as a sophomore. I just remember it when that play happened. Maddie happened to be the girl kind of rolled up on you. We don't want to linger about that, but you ended up having some surgery on your ankle. You can't play your senior season. I remember talking to your mom, and she said you were dance, so that kind of cuts dance out too. But just talk about the mindset you got to have on your behalf. It's you just watching you kind of with the team at halftime and just during the games and stuff, you're always cheering and stuff. Just talk about the mindset you got to have to stay positive in a situation like you're in.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me tonight. It's really difficult. I obviously never expected it to happen this way. I never expected my senior season to turn out this way. But when it comes to a mindset thing, I have to be there for my team no matter what. And I always do my best to stay positive. It's really hard not playing. It's really, really hard to sit on the bench and watch my team go, what is it now, 11-1? 13-1 now? That's crazy. But, I'm still part of the team, and I do my best to keep my attitude up and encourage the girls along the way because that's what we need. And for us to keep going on the path we are, we need that positivity. And not only me, but the rest of the bench, they do such an amazing job of keeping the team up and the spirits high and encouraging everyone as they go. Everyone contributes so equally on the court. Everyone has their role, and the girls have really learned to fill that role this year. In regards to dance, I have been in studio dance for like 14 years now and on my dance team for 4. And so it's, again, really hard not to be participating in either of those. But again, with those girls, there's only, I think, 7 of us out on the floor. And so with that small number, they work really hard to put routines out there. And I try to encourage them along the way with that, too.
That's awesome. As you talked about basketball there and dance, I could just see you getting a little bit emotional. I can just see the passion that you have when you talked about just talking about teammates and being there for each other. Every interview I do, I've talked to Danica and Emily and Sydney, and I refer back to last year. I did the radio call for River Valley, and I remember the game when St. Mary's came into River Valley, and it was a non-conference game. So I'm thinking, okay, what are we going to get here? River Valley wasn't very good. And you guys come in, and I saw a bunch of juniors on the score on the table, and then I see this sophomore, Sydney Hurd, and she comes in at like 6'3", and Danica went off that night. Sydney had a really good night, and I thought to myself, I'm like, they're all sophomores and juniors. That could be an interesting team. And then this year they called me and said, we don't need you for River Valley, but we need you for Storm Lake St. Mary's. And I went home, and I remember telling my wife, I'm like, that team I'm going to call this year, that girls team, is going to be good. They're going to be special. And losing a senior like this, just as a whole, I can just see the team not just gather around you, but gather around each other. And just like I talked to Sydney last night, Coach Varner's he's got to be some sort of a psychotherapist or something. The way he can, like I asked Sydney last night, you win games like last night, 72-37. It's got to be hard to keep the girls' mindset in the right way of any team can beat us at any night. How does Coach go about just keeping everybody on the right path?
I think he does a really good job of keeping his own composure, and so do Coach Anderson and Coach DeMars. Our motto this year has pretty much been like, we've got nothing to lose, and so we have to go play every game like it's our last. And unfortunately, I have seen that now, going into every game, hoping that everyone plays like it is their last. We had a loss against Newell Fonda, but, we lost them by 4, and that was amazing. And that's a good learning moment, too, of what we can continue to work on. And then, when we first played GTRA this season, we only beat them by 16, and then we come out tonight and have a pretty good win, a pretty big win against them. And that's part of that mindset of keeping everyone in that idea that we have to, no matter what, be buckled down and ready to play every single night like it is the last game.
I'm glad you mentioned Newell Fonda because, like I said to Sydney last night, I told her I was going to say a naughty word, and I said Newell Fonda. But that night when St. Mary's went over there, and you know as well as I know, Newell Fonda's a perennial powerhouse. Mm-hmm. I'm from Cherokee, and girls basketball is typically pretty good. Newell Fonda plays the same way we do. We play 9 or 10 girls, sub in 3 girls every 2 or 3 minutes. They're always fresh, and they're going to run you out of the gym. Yep. And when St. Mary's went over that night, and it was midway through the third quarter before I realized we hadn't subbed anybody in yet. Yep. And I said to my computer guy that night was Simon, and I said, I covered the mic. I'm like, dude, they haven't subbed in yet. They played the same 5 all night. I looked at the score. Newell Fonda had played 9 girls to that point. I don't think, and maybe you do on the inside, but I don't think the Panthers team realizes what they did that night. To play 5 girls, to take a state powerhouse, perennial powerhouse, Newell Fonda, to the wire. We had 3 good looks at a shot towards the end, down by 3. I think Newell Fonda went into the locker room that night and said, holy blank. They just put us on our heels. So, enough with basketball. You're a senior this year. Plans for next year?
I'm actually planning to attend the University of Iowa and study either like business management, marketing, something like that. I've always wanted to be a Hawkeye, and I'm glad that I get to make that dream come true.
I'm glad you said that because I'm a Hawkeye at heart also. That's awesome. So, Ellie, like I said, thanks for being with us tonight. Sorry about the senior season, but it is awesome to see you every which way but loose with the team. Halftime, you're going to the locker room with them. You're coming back. You're up and down the bleachers, timeouts, everything. That's awesome. Thanks for being with us, and good luck at Iowa.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot. You can go to a 1-minute commercial.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team? Now at FullerDigital.net. No more searching. One place for all your live streams. FullerDigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. FullerDigital.net.
I think we covered all the postseason. When I heard that, I'm like, I got to let her know. So. Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. Second half action coming up on the boys' tilt. GTRA with a commanding 40-18 lead, but the Panthers just seem to hang around when they need it. Mason Lavin's hitting a bucket here and there, keeping them. They had it down to 12, I think, and then GTRA went on a little run there at the end of the first half to extend it to 40-18. It'll be Panther basketball coming out of the timeout. Lavin, Heitman, Pablo, Tanner, Bennett. Starters on the floor for GTRA. Heinrichs, Huff, Schnell, Young. Heitman will play it into Lavin, and we're underway. Third quarter action here at the Panther Pit. St. Mary's High School in Storm Lake. Pablo with it left side, goes in against Young. Cross court to Tanner. Loses it, but it's out to Lavin. Bennett Smith, top of the key. Inside to Tanner. One dribble up against Heinrichs. Right hand hook shot. And Tanner puts it in for two to start the third quarter off. Inside to Schnell, and he lays it in for two. Nice in-look pass by Corey Huff. Saw Schnell cutting across the lane. Tanner with it. Caught in a trap. He gets out of it. Dribbles across half court. Gets it to Pablo, guarded by Heinrichs. Drives in the lane, cuts out to Heitman. Tanner in the lane, gets it out. Hands it off to Bennett Smith. Tough man-to-man defense played by the Titans. Pablo cross court to Heitman. Lavin now inside to Bennett. Kicks out to Pablo. Nice ball movement to Tanner. He dribbles in the lane underneath the basket. Tries to go up. Right side, puts it up. No good. But he's going to get a foul called. It's either Young or Huff. 2-3 are going to get Corey Huff with his first. Team first in this half. Only two on the Titans first half against 7 for the Panthers first half. Tanner's first free throw is up and good. Second one from Fiorentino, and it's good. Tanner 3 points already this half to match his 3 from the first half. Young with it under the basket against Pablo. He's got to kick it back out. Corey Huff thought three-pointer, but he pulled it back. Heinrichs with it. Max Huff in the corner. 3 ball, no good. Rebound down to Schnell. Gets it back to Huff quick like. Into Young. He takes 1 dribble up against Pablo. Kicks it back out. Corey Huff 3. No good. Rebound down to Lavin, but it's tipped away. Out of bounds. It's going to go Panther basketball. Titans set up in that full court man-to-man pressure. Huff, and Schnell at the top of that. Lavin dribbles into it. Bennett Smith with it. To Lavin. Tipped out of bounds by Max Huff. It's going to stay Panther basketball. Panthers having a hard time with this pressure defense. Lavin to Bennett Smith in the corner, guarded by Corey Huff. He takes a dribble into the lane. They're going to get Corey Huff with the body foul. That's his second, both right here in this second half. That's 2 on Huff and 2 on the Titans this half. Pablo in the lane, throws it to Max Huff, and they're going to run with it. Heinrichs with it, cross court off the foot of Fiorentino, and they're going to say, looked like it went off the leg of Fiorentino, but they're going to say it went off his foot, and it's going to be kicking, and it's going to stay Titan basketball. GTRA inbounds it into the backcourt. Heinrichs. Schnell cutting through the lane. Max Huff. Young in the lane, off the backboard, no good. Rebound down to Pablo, and he gets it out to Heitman, who will bring it down. Lavin with it, inside to Pablo, but he misplays it. It goes through his hands. Heinrichs with the turnover. Young underneath the basket, puts it up, no good. Pablo with the rebound. Heitman taken away by Corey Huff. I think they're going to get Corey on his third. That's 3 on Corey Huff in this second half. Panther basketball. Lavin with it, guarded by Max Huff. Bennett Smith drives right side, puts it up off the rim, into the hole for 2 to get this second half started. Tipped out of bounds by Lavin, going to stay Titan basketball. Fiddler at the table to check in. My guess is that he'll come in for Corey Huff, who's picked up 3 quick fouls. Huff with it, drives the lane, off to Max Huff, and he lays it up over the rim, no good. Rebound down, going to be out of bounds off of Pablo. No, they're going to say it went off Max Huff, going to be Panther basketball. And Fiddler checks in for Dalton Young. They'll leave Corey Huff in the game with 3. Lavin in the left corner, 3 ball, no good. Gets his own rebound, but it's taken away by Heinrichs. Max Huff will advance it. Heinrichs 3, no good off the front of the rim. Rebound down to Lavin, and he's in transition all by himself, and he'll lay it up for 2. 15 for Lavin on the night. 42-26 the score in favor of the Titans. Heinrichs will pull up for a 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Gets his own offensive rebound, tries to get it to Fiddler, but it's on the floor, and I believe we're out of bounds off of Heitman, and it's going to be Titan basketball. Toby Jones will check in for Pablo, who will get a break. Max Huff will play it in for the Titans to Fiddler right underneath the basket. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounds down off of Fiddler, out of bounds. It's going to be Panther basketball. Lavin to Toby Jones. Back to Lavin. He drives in on the left side, 10-foot jumper off the backboard, no good. Rebound was swatted by Drew Schnell, and Fiddler grabbed the ball, but he happened to be standing with his foot on the out-of-bounds line, and it's going to be Panther ball. Toby Jones drives in right side and lays it up off the backboard for two. Max Huff, free throw line jumper is good. Trading baskets for the Titans and Panthers. 44-28 the score. Toby Jones with it out to Heitman. Gets it across the line to Tanner, who gets it back to Heitman. Lavin left side, picked up by Max Huff. He drives in the lane. Tries a little dish off, but it's tipped away by Fiddler. And he has it, goes to Drew Schnell. The length of the floor, no good. Fiddler with the rebound, no good. Rebound down to Heitman on the floor. And they're going to get Fiddler on a foul as he fell onto Heitman. No, they're going to call a 30-second timeout by the Panthers. I thought they were going to call a foul. We'll step aside for 30 as well. You're watching FDS Panther basketball.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Well, back to the Panther pit, folks. St. Mary's basketball, 2:08 left third quarter here at home against the GTRA Titans. Titans with a 44-28 lead as they come out of a 30-second timeout. It's going to be Panther basketball. Coach Ryan took a 30-second timeout as Heitman was on the floor with the ball. So the Panthers up against this full court pressure defense, tipped away by Eric Heinrichs, and he puts it up, and it's going to be good as he throws up a little floater, and Bennett Smith is going to get a foul call. Number 2 on Bennett, just the first this half. And Heinrichs will get a shot for a traditional three-point play. The free throw's up, no good. Rebound down to Tanner. He outlets to Lavin. Tanner into the lane, loses control. Picked up by Drew Schnell, and they got numbers. Schnell with a bounce pass to Fiddler in the lane. Puts it up, no good. Rebound down to Heinrichs, who gets it back to Fiddler under the lane. Gets the basket and the foul, and he gets a free throw. I believe it's on Mason. Number 10, Lavin will pick up number 1. Fiddler will get a chance for a free throw. Also, Pablo will check in for Tanner. 20-point game, 48-28, 142 left. Free throw up by Fiddler, and it's good. Me and Cam Cohn here kind of on the side watching his phone. The Cherokee Braves are up at Esterville tonight in a Big Lakes Conference matchup. Out of bounds by the Panthers. It's going to go Titan basketball. Cam's brother plays varsity for Cherokee. And we see Cherokee has a 10-point lead, so we're giving each other fist bumps and high fives and cheering on the Braves from Storm Lake. Titan basketball, top of the key. Heinrichs, Drew Getch at the table to check in on the next dead ball for the Panthers. 1:20 left third quarter here. 21-point lead for the Titans, 49-28. Huff with it right side. Max dribbles. Looks for a little give and go to Corey Huff. Nice off the basket. Off the backboard, and he put it in for 2. Nice little play there by the Huff cousins, Corey and Max. Pretty sure a design play by Coach Huff. Toby Jones dribbles in left side, 10-foot jumper off the rim, no good. Rebound down to Pablo. He was falling out of bounds. He tried to throw it off a Titan to go out of bounds, but it didn't go out of bounds. Out of bounds off the Panthers. It's going to say Titan basketball. Drew Getch in for Bennett Smith. 43 seconds left third quarter. Eric Heinrichs with it. Max Huff drives the lane, kicks out to Heinrichs. Dribbles into the lane himself, little up and over, and Heinrichs lays it in for two. Panthers get it down court to Drew Getch, but its shot is blocked by Fiddler. Out of bounds off of Getch. It's going to go Titan basketball. Referee had to kind of run down the hallway outside of the gym to get the ball. Corey Huff will inbounds it to Max Huff. 9 seconds left. We'll see what the Titans do here to end the third quarter. See if they can add to this 53-28 lead. Throw it off of the hands of Max Huff out of bounds with 0.2 seconds left for the Panthers. So we will not have a basket here at the end of the third quarter. 53-28 will be the score. Heitman throws it the length of the floor to no avail. 53-28 end the third quarter. We'll step aside for a minute also. You're watching St. Mary's basketball on Fuller Digital.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Did you know it's easier than ever to find the live stream for your team? Now at FullerDigital.net. No more searching. One place for all your live streams. FullerDigital.net. Home and away. If we're covering your team, the live stream videos are at FullerDigital.net. Just click on your school and you'll find the stream. Thank you for viewing the FDS live streams, and thank you for sharing it with your friends and family so they can find the games too. FullerDigital.net.
Welcome back to fourth quarter action here in the Panther Pit, folks. 53-28, the lead by GTRA over the Panthers. It will be the Titan basketball to start the fourth quarter. Laven leading your Panthers with 15. On the Titan side, 4 double-digit scorers. Max Huff Heinrichs with 14, Huff and Huff with 11, and Schnell with 10. To go a rounded out scoring for the Titans. Laven dribbles in, kicks out to Getch. Cross court to Pablo at the elbow. Inside to Pablo, one dribble. He goes up hard, and he puts it in for 2 to start this fourth quarter. Dalton Young gets it inside to Colin Hoffman, and he misses the layup. So it goes Panther way. Pablo with it right side. Laven up, three-pointer, and Laven puts it in. He stays hot, 18 on the night. Grettinger is one of those teams, they're not super tall, but they're super, super athletic. And they stay moving. This offense is always moving. Heinrichs drives in right side, puts it in, gonna get it good. It's gonna count, and the foul is, believe, on Toby Jones. 1-4. Toby Jones will pick up his first, and Heinrichs will go to the line for 2. Schnell will check in for Corey Huff. Corey's the one with 3 fouls. Heinrichs, that's at the line, has 2, but Heinrichs will get a free throw to get that 3-point play, and he does nail it in. Going to be a 30-second timeout called for Grettinger. We'll step aside and take one also to hear from our sponsors. You're watching Panther basketball on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
6:38 left, fourth quarter, 56-33 the score. The lead for the Titans is 23. It will be Panther basketball, and they'll head into this full court man-to-man pressure. Getch, Toby Jones, Lavin, Pablo, and Heitman on the court. Pablo with it in the lane, kicks out to Getch, three-pointer, off the rim, no good. Rebound down to Max Huff, and he's going to turn and run with it. Transition basketball is what the Titans like. Right side to Schnell, top of the key at Heinrichs. Hoffman. Running some sort of a motion offense. They're keeping the Panthers busy with that man-to-man defense they're playing. Running all over the place. Schnell drives in the lane and has it taken away by Lavin right out of his pocket. Lavin with it. He'll dribbles behind his back to get across half court. Gives it to Toby Jones. Cross court to Pablo. One bounce pass into Drew. Back to Pablo. A dribble underneath the basket to Toby Jones. He puts it up. No good. Rebound down to Young. Gets it ahead to Hoffman. Back to Young. He's going to dribble in against Pablo. Loses the ball. Stolen away by Drew Getch. That's 2 turnovers in a row for the Titans. Panthers need to capitalize on it. Into Heitman in the lane. He didn't see that pass from Lavin coming. Now Lavin's calling for it all by himself. Left side, three-pointer. Good. I could see that was good right out of his hand. 21 for Lavin on the night. Corey Huff and Fiddler at the table to check in for the Titans. There's another Huff brother of Corey. Casey's on the bench, so there's 3 Huff on the team. Max hits that 16-foot jumper, nails it in. Lavin says, I'll take that wide open 3 you'll give me, and he makes them pay for it. 58-39, gets it down to a 19-point lead. Soren Hoffman drives in, has it knocked out of bounds by Getch. As I said, freshman Casey Huff on the bench, he checks in, along with Corey Huff. Max is in there too, so they're all 3 in the game. Freshman Casey puts up a 3, no good. Rebound down to Pablo. He outlets to Drew Getch. He's all by himself, and he's going to be picked up by Drew Schnell. A foul. Schnell got their feet together, and Getch hit the ground hard. That left arm went down first. He's holding his elbow. He's up under his own power. Coach Ryan stops him to make sure things are okay. And they're going to call that foul before the shot. It's going to be on the floor. Drew Getch has to come out of the game, being Coach Ryan came out to tend to him. Foul's going to be called on Schnell, his first. Bennett Smith will check into the game. And Drew Getch has to come out of the game, being they stop the game for him. He can go right back in, but he has to come out for a play. Bennett Smith will in. They get it into Bennett. He dribbles down to Toby Jones. He fakes, throws it back out to Bennett, but it goes out of bounds. And they're saying it was tipped. It's going to stay Panther basketball. 4:02 left in this game, 58-39. The score in favor of the Titans. Into Bennett Smith underneath the lane. He tips off to Pablo. Out. Nice ball movement around. Toby Jones with it. Dribbles in the lane. Bennett Smith three-pointer. Rims in and out, no good. Rebound down to Max Huff. He's going to turn and run with it. Outlets to Fiddler in the lane. Has it blocked by Pablo. And Bennett Smith pulls down the rebound, but he throws it out to Schnell. Huff comes through the lane. Corey gets the bucket on the assist from Drew Schnell in the lane. Cross court to Lavin. Three-pointer wide open. Nails it, and the foul by Max Huff. Bucket's good. Fouls on number 11, Max Huff. That's 4 3-pointers in the fourth quarter for Mason Lavin. And he will get a free throw to go for that 4-point play. It's up and good. Lavin down for 28 points tonight, 60-43 the score. Corey Huff with it, got away with a travel there. He pulled that pivot foot. Corey Huff drives in against Bennett Smith into the lane. He kicks out to Dalton Young, who gets it tipped away by Lavin. Picked up by Pablo, back to Lavin, and Lavin's going to drive in the lane and go for it, put it up and in for a layup for two. Lavin with 30 on the night, and a timeout by Grettinger Terrell. Full timeout as the Panthers pull back within 15 on the heels of Mason Lavin's 15-point fourth quarter. We'll step aside for 30, and we'll be back with more Twin Lakes Conference Panther basketball action.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. Trenton Titans had to call a 30-second timeout there. Coach Randy Huff didn't think it was going like he wanted. The Titans on a run on the heels of a 15-point fourth quarter for Mason Lavin to bring this back to a 15-point game. It sounds like a lot, but folks, just a little bit ago it was about 24, and Lavin and the Panthers have clawed their way back in this. 2:37 left in the game. Corey Huff will play it in for the Titans to cousin Max Huff. Starters on the floor for the Titans underneath Drew Schnell. He throws it up and he gets it to roll in, hits the rim and rolls over. Lavin with it against his full court man-to-man pressure. They get it ahead to Jones, pulls it back. Top of the key, Bennett Smith. He drives in the lane, kicks out to Heitman. Good ball. Oh, Toby Jones in the lane. He puts it up. No good. Rebound down to Heinrichs. To me, it looked like somebody got a hand on that, if not a hand on Jones as he shot it. Just under 2 minutes left here. 62-45. Corey Huff throws up a three, and he nails it. Good shooting basketball team. They're athletic. They run. Pablo with it. Looking for somebody to cut the lane like Jones does. Free throw line jumper, and Toby puts it in for two. Heinrichs on the right side, dribbles around Bennett Smith. He gets the bucket to go, and Bennett's going to get called for a foul. That's his third. Heinrichs will get a free throw. Heinrichs at the line. Free throw is good for Heinrichs, adds to his total, and they go into that man-to-man pressure defense like they're known for. Rebound down to Huff, going to go the other way. Going to be a foul called on the 2 shots coming. Be a foul on 32. Oh, Bennett, 42. Bennett Smith will pick up number 4. Corey Huff will go to the line for 2 free throws. First one's up, rims in and out, no good. Three new Panthers in, or 3 Titans in. 35, Casey Huff. 31, Colin Hoffman, and Fiddler will join Corey Huff and Max Huff. Second one's up and good for Corey Huff, and he will exit the ball game. Number 33, Isaac Murphy will check in. That's a familiar name as well from the Grettinger area. 1 minute left, 69-47, 22-point lead for the Titans. They will pick up a Twin Lakes Conference win. Stolen away by the Titans, controlled by Casey Huff. Cross court to Murphy. He'll drive in the lane, have it tipped away. Stolen by Heitman. And he gets it out to Toby Jones with 40 seconds left, and Jones is going to run with it. Off to Pablo. He's going to drive in the lane, cross court to Lavin. I'll hit it from there like I have all night. That one's no good. Going to be a foul called. I believe they're going to get Pablo on and over the back. They do. His third. That's only the 5th team foul this half. Or 6th team foul this half. 30 seconds left. The Titans with it. Casey Huff will bring it across half court. 23 seconds left. Lavin almost with the steal there. Number 15, I have it down, Aiden Eggerson. 31, Hoffman hit a bucket to get 2. Lavin with it. Jones, 10-foot jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound down to the Titans as time expires. 71-47, the final here in St. Mary's High School. Titans pick up a Twin Lakes Conference win. We'll step aside for a 30-second commercial. We'll come back and we'll recap this game. You're watching Panther basketball on FDS.
You may think shopping locally is more expensive, but have you ever compared prices? Oftentimes you can find just as competitive or better price points by shopping at a local store. Snooks Carpet and Furniture of Sioux Rapids has everyday competitive pricing. Shop local in the new year for all your flooring, home furnishing, furniture, and just-in modern bedroom sets from Malou.
The original Snooks Carpet and Furniture in Sioux Rapids. On your way anyway. Visit us on Facebook or at snooks1.com.
Welcome back to the Panther Pit, folks. Panthers drop a Twin Lakes Conference tilt to the Grettinger Terrell Roof and Air Shore Titans. 71-47 the score. Titans pick up the victory. Run down some scoring here for the Titans. Led in scoring by junior guard Eric Heinrichs with 20. Junior Corey Huff with 17. Junior Max Huff with 13. Junior Drew Schnell with 12. Colin Hoffman with 4. Patrick Fiddler with 3. And Dalton Young with a couple free throws in the first half for 2. Now for your Panthers, led in scoring by senior Mason Lavin. A super hot fourth quarter. Lavin had a 15-point fourth quarter, ended up with 30 on the night. Senior Tanner Fiorentino added 7. Toby Jones and junior Bennett Smith with 4 each, and Pablo Pascal with 2. The Panthers are in action next Thursday at Pocahontas area school. We will not be doing that game. You will catch us next, Fuller Digital's next broadcast on Monday next week, home against Remsen St. Mary's. Could be a couple exciting games there. So catch us next on Fuller Digital next Monday. Me and Cam will be over here at the Panther Pit bringing you the action next Monday. For Cam Cohn on the computer and video tonight, I'm Neil Cruz bringing you the action. You're watching St. Mary's Panther basketball on Fuller Digital Solutions. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week.